Hello all you lovely people that are watching my videos. It's just a quick walk around of the 2018 Honda NC750x. This is a DCT model, dual clutch transmission. The new ones have that fancy chrome plate down there, these don't. So just a quick walk around. This one's in black. I've owned it for 6 months. I had it, bought it at Christmas, done about 2,000 miles on it. I have got a problem, probably the first one that I've known that ever has had a problem. It vibrates between 41 miles an hour and 60 miles an hour. So it's been back to 100 a few times, they can't figure it out. But we'll get to the bottom of it. Right, the things about it. Hear loads of reviews, the scooters, the adventure bike, they're a cruiser, they're a tourer, they're everything. The bike does everything. Any bike that you own, you can enjoy. You know, whatever bike you buy, make your own decision. Don't let someone else make the decision for you. Get on it and ride it, and you'll know if you like it. I find the only one side that I don't love about these, they're a heavy bike. They're easy to pull around the garage, and when you're riding, they're alright. But my previous one, which was a 2014 model in the blue, that fell off its side stand, and they're a heavy bike, I think 224 kilograms. That's wet. That's without all your panniers, without all the bits and pieces that you put on. But other than that, beautiful bikes. They come with, I think it's a Nissan twin pot caliper on the front with a single disc. Again, people telling you, oh, they're not that good. They break. They work very, very well. You get reviews that tell you about the back brakes on them. Oh, back brakes are not that good. Back brakes on a bike are absolutely fine if you use them. A lot of people don't use them, and they're one of the best things to use if you're going in when you're actually riding. Brake before the bend, accelerate out of it. Don't brake in the bend. And I use my back brake a lot. I went over the hard knock pass, and I didn't actually use my front brake over the hard knock pass. I just used the back brake, and that done fine. So the little things I've put onto it is I've put a Honda back box. I've put Honda lights, and these are fantastic. They work really, really well. I've got a centre stand that I've got to install on it. I've got the bits and pieces for it over in that corner. Put a quad lock on it. I'm not a lover of quad lock, I'll be dead honest with you. The quad lock, I'm just not. I find on this bike it gets in the way and it's quite fiddly to get on. So on the NC you've got quite a deep reach as well to your ignition barrel. The other side I've done on this, I've actually put bar risers on it, and that does make a difference. It brings it up and back, so you can get bar risers that just bring them up. These are up and back towards you. It makes a massive difference. Well, to me, it's your own personal view. Again, a twin connection USB charger. That's really useful because that just goes into the phone on a short lead, and I've got another lead that goes up to my camera when I'm riding, so keep it charged all the time, and it's not in the way, it doesn't intrude. One of the great things about him, frugal. They're roughly about 3.5 gallon tank on them, and I've had 200 miles to be fair, and I ride it hard, I don't ride it soft, so it's like motorway 70-75 on record. Down the lanes, 50-60s. I put 3.5 gallons in it, and well, 3 gallons. The last amount of putting it, £17, and I refilled it again at 205 miles, and there was still fuel in it. The actual light was just warning, but 200 miles, you're safe on 200 miles. You really don't want to let your bike run empty. It doesn't do any good for the injection systems on them. The good things on it, good and bad. So you've seen these all before, the frunk So push it down and lock it. So the frunk, right hand turn towards your accelerator. Okay, lift it up, and there's your frunk for junk, the front junk. Basically, you can put everything in there. This is as well where you do most servicing. This, to actually get out the air filter, to get out the battery, they're all inside here. So basically you have to undo all these cowlings. This lifts out as a complete piece, and then you get access. Bit fiddly, but once you've done it once, it's a doddle. Goes down, it locks. Turn it left towards your other controls, and you'll have, you've all seen it before, your fuel tank. Now I'm going to tell you, for me, my personal view, the good and bad things about it. The frunk will not get a helmet in it, and it's great for putting all your stuff in. It's safe and it's waterproof, but that's about it. That's what it's good for. The petrol tank, I don't only stop in hotels, I actually camp. I enjoy camping, and it's a nuisance because you have to lift that seat to get your petrol tank, and if you've got your back box on there and you've got your camping gear on top, you have to pull it up to actually open that out to get out of that petrol tank. You can do it, it's fiddly, but it is a nuisance. Quick thing on the controls of it, again, wants to turn it on. When it turns on, fuel pump will come on, automatically traction control comes on it, your ABS comes on it automatically, your oil comes on. They go off once you start it. Now if you want to ride the bike out of traction control, you have to stop the bike. You can't change it on the go. Traction control on this one is here. So as I press that, hold it in a few seconds, it's lying to me. There we go. Now it's got to start. So if I just starting it too fast. Hey, Honda, hey, reliable. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all. That's the first time ever that bike has done that to me. I'll have to cut that out. And that's not good at all. So not enough battery, first time ever. So when you actually come to start it, you'll turn the ignition on. To take out traction control, it has to, you hold that button in there, so I want to say it has to, and that will take the traction control off, and then you start it up. Oil, once it starts up, all of them lights will go off. You can change traction control on the go. So you've got the basics on it: front brake, kill switch, you've got drives, neutral for neutral, you've got D for drive, which is fully automatic. When you press it again, that takes it to sports. Press it again, it takes it to sports 1. You also have on the top here auto and manual, so you can change it from fully auto mode to fully manual mode, and it does work. I mean, when you go to manual mode, you're then going across to your pedals, which are here. So down, and we'll go on to that side, and you've got up. You've also got the obligatory handbrake when you're on a hill. Why would you have a handbrake on a bike? That's great that Honda done it. I think it's because it come off the Jazz. So one-handed, you've got to basically push that button in, and then that releases your handbrake. I suppose, you know, horses for courses, some people use them. Mirrors are dead comfortable. The bikes themselves, there's crosstalk with them, isn't there? They're really just a commuter. They're really just a bit of an adventure. They're a bit of a tourer. They can do everything. Been off-road on it. Goes off-road. Down to your tyres. They've got really long travel on these bikes. The new ones have got less. I've not ridden the new one. Allegedly a bit quicker off the mark, but they're not on the top end. The top speed on these are 125 mile an hour. Not that I've gone that fast yet, but they go quick. If you pull back that throttle, to be honest, in any of the modes, you will hit 50-60 miles an hour in a few seconds. And I go out with a friend who's got a Ducati Multistrada, and when we pull off at the lights for the first like 250-300 yards, I'm with him all the way. In fact, most of the time I'm in front of him, because he's got to fiddle about changing gears. I'm gone. Then his torque comes in and he thrashes me, but he gets 90 miles to a full tank, and his is, I think, a 4.5 gallon. I get 200 miles to 3 gallons, 3.5 gallons. Would you advise people to buy one? Yeah. I mean, it's like anything. I think your best thing in life, don't listen to what YouTubers have to say. What is the best bike? What is the worst bike? Buy a bike, ride it. You know, enjoy it. Ride a bike for 6 months. Have it for 6 months and ride it and get to know whether you like it. An hour trip on it, a day trip on it, won't tell you whether you really like that bike. People get on and go, I don't like the bike straight away. You can get on a bike for a day and go, I don't like it. And then you go on 2 months later, you go out and then you get on it again, you enjoy it. And there've been multiple compilations for that. It can be your tyres, it can be the way it's serviced, the way the handlebars are set up. Make your own decision. It's your bike, it's you that's going to enjoy yourself. I've got another bike coming into stable, and I've had 5 of these bikes, and I've got from the early one, which is a phaser. So I've got a phaser 6, I've had the original phaser, and we've had 3 original phasers, and I've had, this will be my second phaser. This is the phaser FZ6 S1, which I've never had. I've had the phaser FZ6 phaser 2 S2, but I love the bikes. I know they're reliable, I know that they can tow all day long, I know you can get 200 miles out of a tank on them. Again, on them, they're, I think, 19 litre tank on them, so they're a bit bigger, but again, they're different performances. This is a twin cylinder, so it's throaty at the bottom. You go into a 4-cylinder, they're throaty at the top. So once you get 6,000-7,000 revs on a 4-cylinder, the smoothness and the power comes in. That's when the curve really comes in on them. So on the motorway, you'll just, it's like being in a fully auto. They're fantastic. Hope you've enjoyed it anyway. I'm sorry it didn't start. I've now got to put the battery charger on my bike and see if it starts. That's the first time ever I have had a DCT that won't start. It is. That's very strange. That is very, very strange. So for all you people who want to buy a DCT, that starts first time. I don't think so. Right, on charge it goes. Don't let it put you off. But it's not a bike you want to be pushing everywhere as well, because they're heavy. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.